Hey, what's going on everyone? Ryan Tripp here, doing a quick review for the Efoil from getfoil.com up in Seeley Lake, summer of 2021. So first off, just want to talk about a couple of the board features. Obviously, it's aesthetically nice. It's a nice little 7 a.m. ride we took. It was about 34 degrees out, but as you can see here, the board construction, very, very simple, and you wouldn't notice as much difference until you do open the hatch. Now, as someone that's rode a lot of boat foils, a lot of Armstrong foils, multiple different brands of e-foils, I used to prefer lift. Now I would probably say foil, not only for the features, but especially when you take all things into account, like the price. This really just absolutely destroys anything else out there on the market. All right, so a couple of the key advantages to having this modular design. So you can see the board, the powertrain, the wing. Obviously, that's just a screenshot, and then the supercharger, battery, and remote. Everything is all very separate. So let's say for some reason you do end up like this guy and run your board into shit, you can replace it for fairly cheap. Whereas all the competing brands, they don't really offer anything like this. They're all, like I said, always have a lot of cooling lines and other things and electronics ran through the board, making the board cost very, very expensive. And so that's one thing I'm excited about this summer. I'm going to order a short board and it's not going to break the bank. I don't have to buy a whole nother foil just to get that smaller board in a different feel. All right, so wrapping that up right here, playing around with the controller. It's the first time turning it on. As you can see, nice little LED display. One thing I would say I think would be cool, and maybe Kyle would be against this for like a safety reason, but if you like to ride at night or if you like to ride in low light, it's a little bit bright. But one thing that I do like is the advantage is I do like having the LED display. It's a lot easier to look down and see what's going on with your board. Obviously, I know the speed might not be the most accurate thing because it is done via GPS, but I really do like having that feature versus lift. Pretty much you set your power limiter and you just kind of go from there. So there are some updates. They've got power levels now, magnetic cradle to the battery. That's very unique. No other brands have that. And it fits in your hand really nice. It's got a good weight to it, nice lanyard. So all in all, it's a win. All right, so right here's a perfect example. This is taken right off their website. Modular design, you can see there is nothing but the hull of the board, and it is literally an empty shell. There is one hole coming through from the mast for the powertrain to snake up in, and it's, as you can see, it's just one clean junction straight into the battery, very straightforward. You don't have to worry about water cooling lines or anything like that, like on the lift boards. There's a bunch of electronics, water cooling lines, and other things that can get in the way, that can get broken, and just leads you to more of a headache, when it does come to troubleshooting. So I really do like the simplicity of the board. All right, so here is my first go on the board. As you can see, I'm doing a little body drag, and watch right here, I try and stand up a little early, and I cut the throttle and nosedive. So that was my first go. I had previously rode a lift one time, and then this is literally just 4 minutes later. Up on the board, foiling, got it figured out. So pretty straightforward. Main thing is, just really spread your feet out. I would say this wing's maybe not the most beginner friendly, but for someone that has foiled, I didn't find it too hard. And I did end up teaching my girlfriend, who has no experience of any board sports or anything like that, and she was up within 45 minutes to an hour up on foil and doing touch and goes. So pretty easy to learn, but I am excited to get that 250 wing this year and be able to teach people on that. Should be a little more easy, just more stable base, right? So messing around, you can see there's a little snow actually coming down. Nice little jump attempt here by Shane, and here is my girlfriend doing a couple touch and goes, and then always cutting the throttle when she gets scared. She gets in the air and nosedives. So obviously it's pretty humorous to teach new people, laugh at them a little bit, teach them, show them how to do it. I think having the bigger wing, like I had mentioned, and maybe even one of the bigger high aspect wings would be a great learning platform. Overall, my rating on this wing is it's super carby, super playful. If you have some experience, the classic wing I think is great. I'm probably going to go ahead and get the high aspect 170, and I'll update this review or maybe just add on to it and let you guys know the direct difference, since they're the 165 centimeter to 170. So similar in surface area, obviously just that different shape, right? So I'm excited to see how it responds a little bit differently, what it does to my turning, if it tries to keep the board stood up more, if I'm going to be able to carve as hard like I am right here, right now. So all in all, I'd give this board probably like a 9.5, 9.6 out of 10. Couple teeny tiny things that I would like to see different. The lanyard, just as nice as the aesthetic is and everything else about foil, I'd love to see maybe a branded lanyard, something like that. I love little details like that. So I look forward to seeing that in the future, as I'm sure they'll update it. Next thing is maybe just the paint on the original boards, which I know they've already updated. I chipped mine, but then again, I was not very gentle with it. So can't complain too much there. If you are looking for an Efoil, for a few options, if you're looking for one where you can go right at the front, I would suggest just ditching getting a lift or ditching getting a flight board and just go in on 2 foils. One thing I did not mention in the video yet is that their support team has been absolutely amazing. I was one of the first pre-orders, and there were a few bugs. Shipping did get delayed, yes, and so there's a lot of people talking shit about that, but you kind of got to expect that going in on a new product, right? So I would say that they've definitely served everyone right. They're very, very responsive. They got out a they got out a repair box for my battery within like a day or two. I sent it back. They made the hardware update, and now they have everything that is, you can just update right in your phone app. So it's very easy, very manageable. Looking forward to riding this summer, and hope to see some more videos of you guys.